Are you new to Google Stadia and are overwhelmed by the long list of games that you can buy and play immediately? Or are you a longtime user simply looking for what game to buy on Stadia? Then you've come to the right place. Today's video looks to lock down the top 6 must-own games on Google Stadia. Though I prefer the American version of football and even EA's version of it over this particular game, it's hard to deny what kind of shenanigans you can get into with FIFA. The reason I'm putting FIFA in this list is due to the sheer amount of fun that can be had from this game from a multiplayer aspect. The game of soccer, or football as the rest of the world incorrectly calls it, is an incredibly easy game to pick up. Kick the ball into the net, the end. Due to this, picking it up and playing, even as a novice, it can be a fun time with your friends. This particular version of the game was an extremely well done port of what I believe to be the PC version of the game, and finally brings a mobile version of FIFA that doesn't run off the engine from 3 years ago like that of the Nintendo Switch. It can be had in the Stadia store currently for $59.99, although it's regularly on sale, with its successor likely coming out in just a few months. Currently, it holds a 74 over on Metacritic. The rest of these picks are certainly going to be homer picks, but I stand by the Division 2 being quite possibly the best Stadia port in existence. Right out the gate, it was one of the first games offered on the Stadia platform to introduce cross-progression and cross-play. And if that weren't enough, it boasts a Stadia exclusive feature with something known as Stream Connect. When you are in a party with another Stadia player, you'll be given a glimpse of what they are seeing on their screen in real time in an effort to unlock full cohesion amongst a squad. The Division 2 is a games as a service game from Ubisoft, and while the subject matter may hit far too close to home nowadays, it serves as an incredibly relevant and thrilling example of how to do a games as a service game correctly. The Division 2 has an 82 on Metacritic, and the base game can be picked up in the Stadia store for just $29.99 or as a part of the Ubisoft Plus subscription service. Assassin's Creed did a few things that annual titles typically never do. They stopped being an annual title and went to a biannual release, and they changed up the core gameplay into something vastly different. The original Assassin's Creed games were quite basic in scope. You complete missions and have the ability to embark on side quests, but that was essentially it. The team at Ubisoft eventually got to a point where the annual releases, as well as the general cookie-cutter setup of the games, became too monotonous, and they flipped the series on its head. With Assassin's Creed Origins, it became what it was before, but added significant RPG elements to it as well. And in my opinion, Assassin's Creed Odyssey does a fantastic job at the new formula while providing not only one of the best backdrops in history to encompass the world of Assassin's Creed, but bringing quite possibly my favorite protagonist in the series since Ezio Auditore with Cassandra. I mean, with moments like these, who would dare disagree?
Aye, likes to be oiled.
Well, that's obvious.
Yeah. You know. Come here. Gives us a hug.
Surely he can swim.
Well, it looks like you're the champion now, huh?
The pinnacle of games as a service comes to us in the form of Destiny 2 from Bungie. Destiny 2 has been around for quite some time and shows no sign in the future of slowing down. Destiny 2 is used heavily in the lead up of the release of Google Stadia, and for good reason. I praise Division 2 quite frequently for how the game is on Stadia, but Destiny 2 is fantastic in its own right. Destiny 2 features cross-progression across all platforms, so longtime players of the franchise were able to bring their progress over to Stadia immediately at launch. The long-time complaint about Destiny 2 on Stadia, however, has been the platform's population. And while that problem has become better over the last 18 months, it'll completely dissipate by the end of the year when crossplay is officially introduced. It'll create what will undoubtedly be the best place to play Destiny due to the lack of no storage required, quick load times, and the ability to jump from phone to TV to computer to tablet in the blink of an eye. On Metacritic right now, it holds an 85 and is free, and you can definitely pick up some expansions to enhance your Destiny 2 experience. I'm well aware putting Celeste this high on my list of games for new users is definitely a your mileage may vary situation. Celeste is a platformer, and a very difficult one at that. But this game is so unbelievably good that it needs to be experienced by anyone remotely interested in platforming games. And if you've ever played a Mario game, you'll understand the basic premise. Reach the end of the level by jumping around and don't die. This game turns up the difficulty to 11, but its quick turnaround times and respawns makes it quite palatable to play. On top of that, you have a fantastic soundtrack backing a great coming-of-age story for protagonist Madeline. It's an adventure full of self-discovery, and I will never not recommend this game. It is that good. This is the highest rated game on this list at 91 over on Metacritic. It's regularly priced at $19.99, but as of this recording, it is on sale for $11.99, or if you are a pro member, you can pick it up for just $9.99. It's definitely no secret I'm a Star Wars fan. It is by far my favorite movie franchise of all time. And Jedi Fallen Order shows that EA can be around for fantastic games in the modern era and has been on a roll lately with Star Wars games. But what makes Jedi Fallen Order so special? Well, if you're a Star Wars fan, that probably doesn't need to be explained to you, but here's a quick rundown if you're new to the franchise. Jedi Fallen Order follows young Jedi Cal Kestis, one of the last surviving Jedis after the Purge, or what is known in the movies as Order 66, which was the extermination of all Jedi ordered by Darth Sidious and carried out by the Empire and Anakin Skywalker. Their goal is to find the remaining Jedi to have survived Order 66. However, if you are new to the franchise, the game requires nearly no knowledge of movies, books, or TV shows, as it's very much a self-contained story. Obviously, you'll miss references and callbacks, but they're often inconsequential to the story and at times merely there for fan service. What makes this particular game so good is it takes a brand new protagonist in this incredibly massive world and makes him feel as if he's always been an integral part of Star Wars lore. The combat is top tier lightsaber combat, which is often incredibly difficult to pull off if you've been a longtime Star Wars video game fan, and I'd argue it is the best Star Wars game of all time. Knights of the Old Republic notwithstanding, but gameplay takes its main influences here from the Souls games, so it does have a difficulty curve that will need to be mastered, but it offers an incredibly wide array of difficulty settings from story mode all the way up to the hardest of the hard. It allows you to change it in any way you so choose. This game can be picked up in the Stadia store for $39.99 on regular price and is currently holding an 80 over on Metacritic. Well, these are the top 6 games I would recommend to any new Stadia user. In fact, I would recommend these to any Stadia user that's been around for a while that just hasn't picked up these particular games. But what is on your list? Let me know in the comment section down below, because I'm sure all that I'm going to read down there is, oh, you didn't talk about Red Dead Redemption 2. You didn't talk about Elder Scrolls Online. You didn't talk about Spitlinks. You didn't talk about stacks on stacks on stacks. I get it. Let me know in the comment section down below what other games people should pick up, because I can only fit 6 on this list, and these are my 6. So give us your list. If you haven't already, hit the like button. It helps us out. It helps other people find this channel just like you did. And of course, hit the subscribe button so you can stay up to date with new content just like this. And if you haven't followed us on Twitch, I don't know what you're doing. That's where we're doing our live streams. It's twitch.tv/Brian Evolved. And lastly, if you haven't, please have a wonderful day. And of course, thank you for your support, and we will catch you down the road. Thanks again for watching. If you are new here, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Of course, hit that bell notification so you get up-to-date notifications on when we go live with a brand new video. We also do all our Stadia live streams here on this channel as well. So again, that will get you notified when we go live every single time. And if you haven't already, hit the like button, because that's how more Stadia fans will find this content just like you did. And if you like this video, you might like this video up here, and you might like the video underneath it. So go ahead and check those out. And in the meantime, always, 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 thank you for your support.